Our medical endocrinologist advised to do X-ray skull lateral and X-ray hand to assess the bone age of 1.5-year-old boy. It is 1.5-year-old boy. His mother has been very anxious due to the negative comments from the relatives about the baby's external appearance of the baby's head. I am giving the X-ray skull lateral view in soft tissue windows and in bone windows, as this has been done through digital X-ray. Please give the bone age through the X-ray hand and give most of the findings in the X-ray skull lateral view and also in the X-ray hand. What is your differential diagnosis, and can you give the probable diagnosis? If you want more time, please pause the video and review again to assess the X-rays. Within few seconds, I'll give you the findings and the differential diagnosis and the final diagnosis. Are you ready? Let's go. X-ray hand has been done for bone age. It corresponds to the 1.5-year-old of chronological age with visualization of capitate and hamate, and a tiny triquetrum is also present with its range. Its usual range is 15 to 24 months. Usually 18-month-old boy baby will have some ossification in the heads of the second and metatarsal, second to fourth metacarpal bones, and also at the bases of the proximal phalanges. But in this X-ray we can see ossifications in base of the proximal phalanges only and not in heads of the metacarpals. Definitely there is apparently increased density in the bones, but it is due to the technical error. You can identify the normal companion hand X-ray by the density in their soft tissues and their bones, which is telling that our abnormal X-ray hand shows low exposure by kV. In the companion normal X-ray, there is very good visualization of the corticomedullary differentiation in most of the bones, which is missing in the abnormal X-ray hand. Don't forget this point whenever tackling with abnormal findings. In addition, hypoplastic cone-shaped distal phalanges are noted with elongated second metacarpal bone, which looks longer than the third metacarpal bone. There is also short middle phalanx of the second and fifth fingers. To see all the given findings, you can compare with the normal companion X-ray. X-ray skull shows considerable enlargement of the skull in anteroposterior dimension with widening of most of the sutures. Large anterior and posterior fontanelles are also noted with multiple vermian bones around the lambdoid sutures with suspicion of Inca bone, which is also a vermian bone. There is also platybasia with some basilar invagination. Smaller maxilla is noted with apparently larger mandible, which is showing some prognathism. With these findings, there are only 3 differential diagnoses. One is achondroplasia, which affects the skull and pelvis, but achondroplasia does not have many vermian bones in the X-ray skull, and hence it is ruled out here. The second one is pycnodysostrosis, which shows diffuse sclerosis with a smaller mandible, but in our X-ray the mandible is relatively larger than the maxilla, and so this is also ruled out. And the last third one is cleidocranial dysostrosis, which fits in on all the given findings, and the X-ray just revealed thin portion of lateral half of the clavicles. That image is not given here, which could be an easy spotter if given, right? Before discussion about cleidocranial dysostrosis, in this case, patient came here for the bone age after consulting the pediatrician and the neurologist, who have counseled that the baby is doing very well clinically by the milestones and also by the neurological assessment by doing MRI and EEG, which have been unremarkable. But CT head had not been advised, as that could have given some clue. Hence, he has been then referred to the endocrinologist to rule out endocrinopathies. Endocrinological assessment was almost normal, but due to curiosity, our endocrinologist wanted X-ray skull and X-ray hand for completion's sake. The X-ray chest had been already done by the pediatrician and sent to me through WhatsApp, which has confirmed the diagnosis of cleidocranial dysostrosis. Here you can go through the discussion by pausing the video to see most of the points discussed about the cleidocranial dysostrosis. I'll highlight the important practical points. Even though it's autosomal dominant, more than 25% of incidence is mutational with no family history. Please remember this. You should have high suspicion of cleidocranial dysostrosis if you encounter multiple vermian bones in children or in young adults in CT head and brain who have come for some other symptoms. Take this point today. If you encounter hypoplastic maxilla or mandibular prognathism or supernumerary teeth while reporting CT PNS, we have to have high degree of suspicion. Don't forget this point too. More than 60% of skeletal dysplasias can be solved by proper skeletal survey. What is this skeletal survey? It is combination of X-rays to see the entire human skeletal system according to the patient's chronological age, which should cover major portion of the body. First one, X-ray hand is enough for bone age at any time, but be aware of the ossification ages of in the elbows and in the bony pelvis for exam point of view. X-ray AP and lateral views of skull and dorsal lumbar spine are also needed for axial skeletal survey, and then X-ray AP then X-ray AP of pelvis and one of the upper and lower limbs are very much essential for appendicular skeletal survey. After having all these X-rays, many of the common skeletal dysplasias can be diagnosed by proper protocols. Please make your own protocol by the state and country you are living in. I am here giving the old protocol which is still easy to understand practically. In our case, mother's anxiety has made us diagnose cleidocranial dysostosis in early infancy, because till last decade the diagnosis could have been encountered incidentally by X-ray chest due to some other reasons during late childhood or in early adulthood. Here you can give your opinions about this quiz in the comment section. If you are interested in the other quizzes, you can click the blue colored R button to see rest of the quiz list. You can click and go through the quizzes if you are interested. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Bye bye and take care.